learned it from your elders, it's got a real meaning to it because you got taught the right way. There's a certain way that you dance in order for it to be your own. That's the only way that I know how to do it. That's the way that my forefathers have taught me.
Alaska Native music and dance traditions are expressions of culture and spirituality. We'll introduce the Inupiaq people who carry on these traditions. A cultural resurgence began in the 1960s and 70s, and today, the Inupiaq drum is being used in a new way. This is an Earth Songs documentary, Inupiaq Drum and Dance, A Cultural Renaissance.
For the respect of the song and the composer, we sing it the way it was intended to be sung.
The Inupiaq are one of 11 distinct Alaska Native cultures among 220 villages, each with its own dialects, dances, and songs. Today you'll hear about the resilience and survival of the Inupiaq in the face of repression. They overcame threats and destruction brought upon by the European and American expansion. Their lands were reclaimed and a movement of solidarity emerged, shifting the Alaska Native identity in a positive way. The Inupiaq, meaning real or genuine, reside mainly in North and Northwest Alaska. Their dialect is closely related to the Canadian and Greenlandic dialects, which may be called Inuit. The Inupiaq, or real people, are still hunting and gathering societies. Many of the people we speak with today are from villages so remote they are not accessible by road systems, but only by air travel. They continue to live off the land and sea, which is a host to a variety of mammals, birds, and fish.
The animals that give themselves to us, that make us who we are. That's why we're so protective of our ocean. The ocean is our garden. It's our identity as a people. The animals that give themselves to us provide food, housing, shelter, clothing. If we lose the animals, we lose our identity as a people.
That's Steve Inupiaq of the Inupiaq Traditional Dancers of Point Hope, Alaska. The drum and dance songs are composed straight from life. An observation or experience can move fluidly into song. When someone catches a whale, the first airplane that landed in the village, or the work of chopping wood. For the Inupiaq traditional dancers, the style in which the songs are sung plays a big role as well. Tyreek Oviuk, who also performs with the Inupiaq, explains this singing style, in which he sings with his nose.
When we're going out whaling, one of the things that was taught to me was that you put your paddle into the water and you could hear the sounds of the ocean. You could hear the bowhead whales, the beluga whales, you could hear the seals, the walruses, and there's these neat, eloquent sounds that you could feel like, man, I don't know what they're saying, but you could hear them communicating. And they're not only communicating to each other, but they're communicating to us. And a lot of those songs are a lot of high-pitched noises, like Northern Lights sounds or something like that. And it's a lot of bending and sliding. It's a lot of progressiveness to it. And so we try to copy that and emulate that while we're facing the whale liver membrane. I've been taught to sing with your nose to relate to the animals. Our culture is about love. It's about sharing. And we just want to share our lives. And that's what it's all about, making moments in life and touching people's lives as well as being touched.
In Nome, Alaska, Brian Muktoyuk, who drums and dances with the King Island Eskimo dancers, has found a new way of incorporating his Inupiaq drum. He and lifelong friend Arlo Hannigan come together to create Freshwater, an exploratory and experimental album. The two combine Hannigan's melodies, lyrics, and guitar with Muktoyuk's native vocables and Inupiaq drum. In the album Freshwater, Muktoyuk shares his heritage and what he's learned from his elders. From the album is their self-titled track, Freshwater.
And one of the stories when I was growing up was the respect they had for the animals that they hunted. And one story was about a hunter going out and catching a seal.
She came up for fresh water. She came up and met our Father. This is the water that we must drink. This is the food that we must eat. When you come out from your spell, come out from your spell. 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 Come out from your spell.
This is actually one of my favorites off the album. I think it is my favorite. When you really listen to that song, that is a really emotional track. Can you tell us about it?
That song is emotional. I probably text Brian once every 6 weeks saying, listen to Fresh Water. Got tears in my eyes.
Yeah. And you know, the funny thing about it is that song almost never made it on the album. We thought it wasn't ready, but after I listened to it a couple of times, I thought, man, this is going to be one of the best songs on the album. You know, it's a story about a hunter going out and catching a seal, the respect that he has for the seal. They come up for fresh water. They give themselves to you so you could give them water. And after you take the animal and you kill the animal, you respect it by giving it water so the soul of the animal could go back down and tell the others. They got fresh water up there, and that's why the animals keep coming back, so they could have that fresh water. All over Alaska, each culture has a similar story to that. They've heard it from their elders.
She came up for fresh water. She came up and met our Father. Yeah, that song takes the story and then it sort of encompasses. You can kind of picture the youth in Nome. It has this circle of life, beginning and end, and you can take that story and then when Brian starts talking about his drum, it's a circle. It has no end. It's infinite. You start to see how the songs are kind of threaded together.
The drum will heal your soul. That's why I play it. I play it for you. This drum was made for you guys. That's why I play it. I don't play it for myself. I play it for people that need it, that need the spiritual healing. That's why I do it.
When you come out from your spell, come out from your spell, come out from your spell, come out from your spell.